And before they know it, they're all caught up in the glamour that is the Miss Universe pageant. A beauty queen must look her best from the top of her head to the tip of her toes. Butler is the official shoe of the 1969 Miss Universe pageant. Butler shoes, a fashion favorite of the style-conscious contestants. Last-minute touch-ups on makeup are looked after by the qualified beauty consultants of Aloe Cosmetics, the official cosmetics for this year's pageant. Finally, with every hair in place, every nose powdered, the girls are ready. The show opens with the traditional Parade of Nations. Each contestant, dressed in a costume reflecting her native country, parades before the auditorium audience. The television cameras relay the evening's drama to an estimated audience of over 60 million people across the country. If the girls are nervous as they parade up and down the runway, they don't show it. Each one reflects an air of confidence, responding to the frequent spontaneous outbursts of applause with beaming smiles. It's their night, and they know it. And so do the judges. The first special award of the evening, Miss Tunisia, is named Miss Amity by her fellow contestants. Pageant MC Bob Barker introduces his television co-hostess, the lovely and talented actress June Lockhart. Another special award. Miss Universe Incorporated President Harold Glasser presents the trophy for the best native costume to Miss Thailand as the audience applauds the decision. The first major elimination of the evening finds the field reduced from 70 contestants to 15 semi-finalists. Dressed in their official Catalina swimsuits, the girls parade up and down the runway before the judges, who rate each girl on a separate ballot according to a special point system. Points are accumulated for symmetry of figure, beauty, grace of carriage, and the judges recall the impressions they received about the contestants during their personal interviews. All these things shape the judges' decision, but for the audience, the decisions are usually much simpler. For most, they are based on a preference for blondes or brunettes, tall girls or short girls, on national loyalties, or a faint remembrance and feeling of kinship to some ancestral origin, or perhaps even on a well-timed smile from a contestant. The judges are introduced. Dynamic Broadway producer David Merritt. Model agency owner Eileen Ford. Brazilian newspaperman Edilson Sidbarella. The former Miss Universe for 1962, Argentina's Norma Nolan Zanotti. World-renowned Chinese-American artist Dong Kingman. Canadian photographer Joseph Park. International public relations consultant Gino De Grande. Former fashion model and cover girl from Guyana, Lady Sarah Carter. Dress designer and design consultant from Japan, Madame Chiyo Tanaka. The talented Belgian actress Monique van Boren. Director of Belgian Tourist Bureau, Peter A. de Marais. And popular syndicated newspaper columnist Earl Wilson. The final special award of the evening is presented to Miss New Zealand, voted the most photogenic contestant in this year's pageant by the South Florida News Photographers Association. Association President John Foster makes the presentation. The 15 semi-finalists present a vision of elegance as they gracefully glide across the stage and down the runway in their evening gowns to give the audience and the judges one more look before the selection of the 5 finalists. With such an array of lovely young women to choose from, the decision will not be an easy one. The voices of the foreign newscasters relaying the events of the pageant in many languages around the world reflect the feeling of excitement as the 5 finalists are named. Miss Finland, Harriet Eriksson from Turku. Miss Israel, Shava Levy from Haifa. Miss Australia, Joanne Barrett from Melbourne. Miss Philippines, Gloria Diaz from Paranaque. And Miss Japan, Kikuyo Osuka from Nagoya. Miss Japan is named 4th runner-up. Miss Israel, 3rd runner-up. Miss Australia, 2nd runner-up. There's a suspenseful moment as both Miss Finland and Miss Philippines realize that one of them is the next Miss Universe. The foreign radio correspondents stand by to announce the name of the winner to a waiting world. And the winner is Miss Philippines, 18-year-old beauty from Paranaque, a suburb of Manila. The proverbial question, are there any more at home like you? The new queen smiles and says, yes, 9 more sisters and 2 more brothers. If the other 9 Diaz girls are anything like their newly crowned sister, the Philippines could corner a future market on beauty queens. But right now, the spotlight and the eyes of the world are on Gloria. Along with the title, in the honor of being Miss Universe, Gloria will receive a $10,000 cash award and a $10,000 personal appearance contract, plus many other gifts. Gifts including a 6-piece wig wardrobe by Boutique Wigs, a subsidiary of IMEX Corporation. And a $7,500 Tourmaline Emba Natural Pale Beige Mink Coat, designed by Donald Brooks for Kupchik Forest of New York and presented to the Queen by the Emba Mink Breeders Association. But most important, as Miss Universe, Gloria will have the opportunity to travel around the world, making friends for the Philippines and promoting the cause of international goodwill.
here each year from our different parts of the world, meet other girls from all the faraway places that we have always wanted to visit. Suddenly, Italy's not 1,000 miles away. Italy's just 2 doors down the hall. Scotland is next to you on stage, and India is your roommate. In a way, each of us brings here the spirit of our native lands, and the world becomes a little smaller, and a little closer, and a little friendlier. I am very glad to have been a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Gloria Diaz. And now here's the decision we've all been waiting for.